Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches: Miami Dolphins vs Chicago Bears, Denver Broncos vs Minnesota Vikings, Cleveland Browns vs Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints vs Baltimore Ravens, and Cincinnati Bengals vs Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which are happening on Saturday, August 14, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Miami Dolphins vs Chicago Bears. The Dolphins are on the trajectory of being one of the best teams in the AFC. They have the defensive guru in head coach Brian Flores, who already has a Super Bowl ring on his mantle. If anyone has forgotten, he called the defensive shutout for the New England Patriots at Super Bowl 53 that foiled the Los Angeles Rams' hopes of winning a championship. But it isn't just about the defense this time around. If Tua Tagovailoa continues to mature as a quarterback, he has some legitimate receiving threats to bust games wide open. Just imagine the fear Jalen Waddle and Will Fuller could impose on defenses. Throw Devontae Parker into that mix, and it's going to be a full-on party for the Dolphins. The Bears haven't shown the same defensive fire we've seen from them in previous seasons. So Tagovailoa is going to have his chance to take some shots down the field. All reports indicate Tua is having a strong training camp after struggling in his rookie season. Seems like Miami is taking a page out of the Dunder Mifflin playbook. My betting advice for that game is to pick Miami Dolphins, plus 3.5. Denver Broncos vs Minnesota Vikings. It's hard not to like the Broncos in this game. Denver has 2 competent quarterbacks competing for a starting job, and both are expected to share snaps during the preseason. Locke will get the start for this week's contest and is expected to play into the second quarter. Denver is expected to follow with Bridgewater until the end of the third, before finishing the game with competent third-string QB in Brett Rypien, who has some preseason experience. Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer already said that he wasn't sure how much the starters will play in the first preseason game, so Minnesota will primarily use this contest for evaluating younger players and others on the fringe of a roster spot. After finishing in last year ago to miss the playoffs for the 5th straight season, the Broncos have a lot of work to do to catch up in what could be a very difficult AFC West. While the defense and skill positions have a lot of talent, quarterback remains a question as second-year signal caller Drew Lock was unable to make much of a leap. The Broncos addressed in a trade with the Carolina Panthers, bringing in Teddy Bridgewater to compete with Lock for the starting job under center. Other offseason moves by first-year general manager George Paton including signing cornerbacks Kyle Fuller and Ronald Darby in addition to drafting Patrick Surtain 9th overall to shore up to secondary. My betting advice for that game is to pick Denver Broncos minus 2.5. Cleveland Browns vs Jacksonville Jaguars. While the trends are tough to grasp given this is the first preseason game both coaches have handled as NFL coaches, the home and away ability should still carry through as a reflection of the remaining players on the roster, which is a huge advantage to the Browns. The Browns were undeterred on the road last season and will have that same energy on Saturday night, while the Jags struggled at home, and with rookies out there, the crowd might not be forgiving or instilling much confidence in them. The Jags have a rookie coach, with a team made up of far too many new faces for there not to be a steep learning curve in the first week of preseason. Add in that the Browns have Case Keenum at quarterback who still feels that he has a contract to work towards, with Stefanski calling the shots in year 2, giving some continuity. The Browns should be able to roll on offense, even without some of their starters. My betting advice for that game is to pick Browns plus 1.5. New Orleans Saints vs Baltimore Ravens. The Saints come into this season fresh off the retirement of legendary quarterback Drew Brees. It remains to be seen who they put out there for week 1 of the regular season. That may be determined already in coach Sean Payton's eyes, but he isn't revealing that to anyone else in the media. Taysom Hill figures to get the nod in the first half of this upcoming preseason game against the Ravens, with Winston likely coming in for the remainder of the game. The Saints lost Jared Cook to the Chargers, who scored 16 touchdowns over 29 games, while gaining 15.1 yards per catch. The Saints' defense climbed to 4th in yards allowed in 2020, while giving up 337 points, 5th. The last time New Orleans had a top 5 defense came in 2013. We don't expect New Orleans to play very many veterans on that side of the ball in this game, or in the preseason as a whole, so prepare to see the second and third stringers right from the get-go on defense. Coach Payton has been average in his 63 total preseason games, going 27-26 against the spread. Baltimore has gone 35-13 over the last 3 seasons, thanks in large part to the play of Lamar Jackson. Jackson threw for 2,757 yards with 26 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in 2020, while adding 7 rushing scores. The Ravens are expected to pass more often in 2021, and all eyes will be on Baltimore's revamped receiving corps during the preseason. The Ravens' offense got some bad news earlier in the week when it was announced that first-round rookie receiver Rashad Bateman will miss a number of weeks with a leg injury. Bateman, who suffered the injury during practice on Tuesday. My betting advice for that game is to pick New Orleans Saints. Cincinnati Bengals vs Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are ready to start their victory tour, and that starts in this Week 1 preseason game. Tampa Bay, of course, was Super Bowl champs after an 11-5 regular season campaign, an incredible postseason run under future Hall of Fame QB and legend, Tom Brady. The Bucs are stacked yet again heading into the 2021 season. Tampa Bay has a top 10 offense and defense on paper and will be the clear favorites to win the NFC South this season. Tampa Bay features backup quarterbacks Blaine Gabbert, Ryan Griffin, and Florida Gator Kyle Trask. I think the Bucs hold the advantage in this matchup at every position, including depth when compared to Cincinnati. The most significant off-season storyline for the Bengals was the health of star rookie QB Joe Burrow. He suffered a season-ending injury in his left knee on November 22. After his surgery and medical process, Burrow was cleared in time to make it for training camp at the end of July. Thankfully for the Bengals, Burrow participated fully in training camp but will not be playing in this game for precautionary reasons. Coach Taylor stated that, "We'll look at every scenario and see what we would gain out of playing him in preseason." It is unlikely for Burrow to even play one game this preseason, but he will start Week 1 against the Vikings. QB Brandon Allen is expected to get the start for the Bengals in this preseason affair. My betting advice for that game is to pick Tampa Bay Buccaneers -6. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.